degree, Angelo. Welcome to my video where you can learn science in the comfort of your own. Have you ever wondered what components are present in toothpaste? Toothpaste, either with different brand, have something in common, and that is fluoride. Fluoride is an inorganic monoatomic anion of fluorine, and fluorine is a very high toxic substance. Have you ever wondered why manufacturers use fluoride if it is very toxic? Is it safe for us to use it? To understand this, let's have our topic for today, which is elements and compounds. After watching this video, you will learn the following things. You can describe the characteristics of an element and compound. Second, you can classify substances as either element or compound. And lastly, you can identify the different elements or compounds present in the food we eat and their function to our body. Before we go to our discussion, let's have first a brain exercise. Are you ready to test your knowledge about for today? You are given 5 seconds to answer every question. Okay, let's begin. First question is, which of the following is the simplest form of substance? Compound, mixture, or element? Time is up. The simplest form of substance is element. If you got it right, congratulations. We can proceed now to our next question. Which of the following is an element? Glucose, hydrogen gas, or ammonia? Time is up. Among the following choices, the element is hydrogen, with a chemical symbol of H. And our third question is an example of a compound. Helium gas, copper, or water. Time is up. Among the following choices, the compound is water. That is composed of 2 molecules of hydrogen and 1 molecule of oxygen. And our last question is, which of the following correctly match based on the function of each element in our human body? First, calcium in developing and strengthening our bones, potassium for antioxidant, or chromium which strengthens our teeth. Okay, time is up. Among the following choices, the correct answer is calcium, which has a function to develop and strengthen our bones. If you got it right, congratulations! We could proceed now to our next stage of our discussion. Now, I know that you are all ready to explore our topic for today. Elements are the simplest form of pure substance that make all the matter regardless of its state, either it is solid, liquid, gas, or in plasma state. And elements contain only one type of atom. The complete list of elements can be found in our periodic table of elements. Periodic table of elements is being arranged by the person named Dmitri Mendeleev. At present, there are 180 elements in our universe. They are naturally occurring and synthetic. 98 of them are naturally occurring elements, and 20 of them are synthetic elements. When we say synthetic, they are made by man. Did you know, class, that our human body is composed of different elements? 65% of our body is made up of oxygen. 18.5% is made up of carbon. And 9.5% is made up of hydrogen. While 3.5% is made of nitrogen. And 4% of other elements such as 5% of calcium, 1% of phosphorus, 0.4% of potassium, 0.3% sulfur, 0.2% of sodium, 0.2% of and another 0.1% of magnesium. Did you know, class, that if we are going to combine two or more elements, chemically we can produce what we call as compound. Compound has new properties differ from its constituent elements. Like, for example, in our intro, I said toothpaste has a primary ingredient of fluorine that helps our teeth to become strong and clean. Even though we know that fluorine is a toxic gas, when it combined with other elements to become a compound, it has now a new property, which is not toxic. So that is the reason why manufacturers put fluorine in our toothpaste. Another example of compound our body needed most is water. It is a combination of the elements hydrogen and oxygen. So when they are chemically combined, they have a new property differ from their constituent elements. Another example is sugar or sucrose. It is made up of 12 atoms of carbon, 22 atoms of hydrogen, and 11 atoms of oxygen. The food we eat is made up of elements and compounds that our body is needed to be strong and healthy. Like for example, the element calcium helps us in developing our bones, and also it regulates some of our body parts to function well. We can get calcium from dairy products like cheese, milk, and also in vegetables. Aside from calcium, our body also needed iron. It helps our cells perform their daily tasks. And iron also helps us not to get infected to any diseases easily. Also, iron helps female to have normal menstruation period. You can get iron from the food like legumes, fish, and vegetables. Aside from elements, our body also needs compound to do their job properly. Compound like monosaccharides or carbohydrates, which provides energy for us to do our tasks daily. We can get the compound carbohydrates or monosaccharides in the food like bread, cereals, fruits, and any wet products. Our body needs a lot of elements and compounds to perform its duty properly. So it is very important to have a healthy diet. You can read further servings in the food guide pyramid. It helps us to determine which food we should eat more and avoid those unhealthy ones. Okay, I think everyone understand our lesson truly. So now, let's have our checkpoint of understanding. Our checkpoint has three parts. Part 1 is you will just identify if the given problem is an element or compound. The second part is you supply what is needed in the table to complete its data. Either you will give its chemical symbol or chemical name. And for the last part, you will give the right element or compound needed in each problem to make it correct. For part 1, classify the following substance as elements or compound. Number 1, we have silver. Is silver an element or compound? The answer is, it is an element and it has a chemical symbol of Ag. Number 2, how about copper? Is it an element or a compound? The correct answer is, copper is an element that has a chemical symbol of Cu. For number 3, we have water. Is water an element or a compound? The answer is, it is a compound, a combination of the elements hydrogen and oxygen. For number 4, hydrogen gas. Is it an element or compound? The answer is, It is an element that has a chemical symbol of H. And for number 5, is it an element or a compound? And the answer is, it is a compound. Now for our part 2, you will give data needed to complete the box. Either you write its chemical symbol or chemical name. Okay, for number 1, what element that has a chemical symbol of Na? The answer is sodium. How about what is the chemical symbol for the element chlorine? And the answer is Cl. How about the chemical symbol of silver? It is Ag. How about the chemical name of the element Co? Yes, it is cobalt. How about the chemical name of the element Br? It is bromine. So now, let's go to our part 3. For part 3, give the right element or compound needed in each problem to make it correct. Choose your answer from the choices. Number 1. Alberto is having a tooth problem. Which among the choices at the right he needs to solve his problem? Note, this element can be found in our toothpaste. Okay, time is up. The correct answer is fluorine. Fluorine is a chemical symbol of F, which helps our teeth to become strong and healthy. For number 2, Filipino is an Olympic athlete that needs more energy to win the competition. Which among in the choices helps him to get enough energy? Okay, time is up. The correct answer is carbohydrate. Carbohydrates are energy-giving food that gives us energy to do our daily tasks. And for the last problem is, Pedro is a 9-year-old boy suffering from rickets, causing his bone to become weak. What element or elements should Pedro take to make his bones strong? The correct answer is calcium. Calcium helps our bone to become strong, to make it to become a strong athlete. If you reach this part, I am confidently believe that you really understand our video. If you like the video, can you drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe.